later here. I can show
I
you.
see.
It is just about 6 constituencies around.
So when you go to the 47 there, you get like 10,000.
Yeah. What is 10,000? If we are having 5 getting 6 getting you 2,000.
Another 6 getting you 2,000.
So by the time you get 47,
another 6.
So by the time you go to 47,
you'll be getting like 10,000. Yeah,
beyond that.
Because 6 times 5 is what?
It's not approximate that every 6 it's not approximate that every 6 will give you 2,000.
Okay, I'm doing the average. I'm striking the average for you.
So we're doing grassroots
so
work.
People are now interested in the PPP.
They are even fighting us.
They are fighting you.
Yes.
That you are not.
Why have you been that silent?
Hey.
We haven't seen you.
Gosh.
Afa, it will surprise you when you hit the grounds with our T-shirts and
Which
other
kind
things.
of people? Youth or the middle-aged or the
youth?
Youth.
The youth and the middle-aged, because the middle age is even as we went to Efidiase, and I was shocked. Even where we had planned Efidiase as after Jabin.
Dr. Ayu's constituency.
Yes. And you see, at that place, we had even planned to meet certain people. We had, constituency executives there, so we were planning to go and meet them. But on our way, and they saw our T-shirts. We wearing T-shirts, and then we were just at a certain point calling some people that we know. They were just rushing and coming in. Oh, PPP. Is it not Dr. Papakwesi's News Party? Where have you been? We've been looking for you. But what is the issue about? Say, we are here to mobilize the people. He said, so where? The other people you're talking about. I said, this is what we are doing. Then we started giving them the party issues and all that. Register us.
So whilst that is positive,
that place alone, we took over 30 people.
Whilst that is positive, because you got a lot of people coming to you, but the negative will be that they clearly told you that you are not on the ground.
And that is what we're doing. That is why you're not seeing me here. There are two sides of this politics we do, all right? I believe you haven't seen Mahama in the studios and the TV stations.
Mahama?
Let me show you, tell you the reasons. Sometimes we need to come on air, defend the party, give out the policies, give our views out for people to know, for those who are in the urban areas to also understand what the PPP stands for.
Because if you come here,
and then other times you need to move to the grounds. And that was what we're doing. So it is not, we can't be being on the media house and be talking every day without going down there.
No, but you have people who are supposed to do the media and those who all parties, that's what they do. They have people who are at the grassroots.
The point is that
and they have people who are
you know that we do not have the numbers as the
now that you have 2,000 people, you can deploy them.
And that is what we're working on.
You're supposed to have done that a long time ago.
It's not that simple. What you are supposed to have done is not simple as
No, but that's what the political party is supposed to do, to galvanize the people.
No, we can't be doing that every day. Listen, Afa, listen, let me tell you.
The movement start from the first year, not the fourth year. You have to start.
That is where...
You start early.
You see, this conversation, if I'm to go deep into it, you realize that these are the reasons why some politicians are corrupt and all that. Because instead of them to concentrate on what they do to bring the economy or to work things out, you see them running scatter here, radio station, da.
No, but you are not a party in government.
No.
And organizing the people should not be any bad. It's bad.
It is difficult doing that. And
it's
not
that's
just
what
a
you've
simple
chosen
thing.
as a political party. That's what political parties are there to organize people.
No, listen. To organize the
to
people,
get crowd.
To organize the people doesn't mean you don't have to get to go to work and all that. But your other people,
which
most
other
of them,
people?
you know. The people you think they are organizing, what do they do? What is
which other people?
Let's not go there. What I'm telling you is that the PPP is organizing the people. That is what we have started doing, and we are getting the numbers. Okay. And if you dial *931#, you join us. Okay. Or you send hi on WhatsApp to 050-3517-348. 050-3517-348. Join the Progressive People's Party. We have better policies than this 24 hours and this the guitar.
We'll come back and look at your thoughts on all of those. And
those things.
I'm interested in the debate that you had with your brother. But let me take Let me take these messages first. Don't worry, we'll continue.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID, no savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302-200-390 or 059-692-0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
We are all big football fans, but there are some other sports that I'm personally a fan of, like tennis and basketball. Luckily, Betway mobile and online sports betting has introduced sports, casino games, bet games, and more on their platform for us to bet on. From football to roulette to esports to horse racing. Now, we can bet, win, and get paid instantly via mobile money or EFT to your bank. Visit www.betway.com.gh to play today. Remember, bet responsibly, no under 18. Betway, for the love of the game. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
You're welcome back. Mr. Simon Kwanzaa is still with me here. So, 24-hour economy, good or bad?
Well, I keep on saying that we were Ghanaians before we became politicians. Mm-hmm. We were Ghanaians before we became politicians.
Yeah.
So anything that somebody wants to do that will build our country, we need to digest it, understand it, and see if it is good or not. And if it is good, we must hold it, or work with it. If there are negatives with it, we need to talk about it, and then maybe polish it and make it better for all of us. One thing that people sometimes we are blinded by this negative politics or criticism that doesn't build us. First of all, Mahama built the National Data Center. You know that. And upon it, the digital economy or whatever that Dr. Bahumbanmia is saying and talking about, this digital whole thing also stood upon it. Now, if you come to where we've reached now, we're moving to a different, sector. We need to build our economy. We need to strengthen it. We need to generate more revenue, right? We need to employ more people because we are growing. The youth unemployment rate is going high. So everybody or every political party is thinking of how to solve the problem we have. Now somebody brings a solution and he says he's going to do a 24-hour economy. We as PPP, we don't have an issue because perhaps that is how he thinks he's going to do it. We also have our own way. But let me dive a little bit into the 24-hour. Though I haven't kind of read in and out exactly what Mahama wants to do. But what I understand, and from the point as a businessman, going around the country, visiting government agencies and all that, we lack that thing. And people are referring it to ATMs work 24 hours, you can pay online, mobile money interoperability and stuff like that. So the digital economy is working. That is the digital economy. But people go to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., don't they? Are they machines? Are they digital people? I'm asking. Are they digital people? So when somebody is talking about 24-hour, he's talking about the working machinery, the human resource, working in 24 hours.
You also have said it's not that.
Wait, I'm getting there. Talking about the human resource, the people working, who closes work at 4 or 5, extending the working hours and running shifts. That's what he's talking about. And that is okay. It's good. To me, there's nothing wrong. You see, I'm an importer. One of the best things that can happen to Ghana is this 24-hour thing. And that is why the TUC is, upholding it. Listen, Mahama had this thing 6 months before leaving office. People don't know. He had that idea 6 months before leaving office. He couldn't implement it.
How did you know?
Oh, I knew it.
How?
He wanted to make Tamaport, right? He wanted to do it 18 hours. And then, it was getting to election and stuff like that, and they couldn't, and they left office. It's a good thing. Now, let me explain deeper. We have MPS, Meridian Port Service. I'm using the ports as an example. MPS, Meridian Port Service, that is private.
Private, yeah.
Yeah, it is build, own, and transfer. Because it is private, and they have a time limit.
Yes, they have. I have a friend who works there.
Good.
They do 24 hours.
Custom officers are there, port officials, they are there and all that. They work shifts, 24 hours. And MPN is making, they are getting their revenues.
It's very lucrative.
Lucrative. Come to Golden Jubilee Terminal, 5 p.m. The custom officer wants to go home. If your goods are not ready and you have not been able to finish, it's gone. Gapoa wants to close because it's 5. So they stay in a bit. Most of the times, if you delay and there are issues, we leave at the port maybe 8, 9 p.m. They go that extra in order to help clients. But that is not the official working hours. They are not paid for that. Are you getting the point? So when it gets to the peak, Christmas, 2-3 weeks, like we're entering December, where there will be lots of imports, they stay in 10 o'clock, 11. Some of the customers says, but when you go to Jubilee, preventive, the last gate, they leave there around 11 p.m., 12 p.m. But they are paid from 8 a.m. to 5. You get it? But I go to MPS, it is 24 hours. So if somebody wants to make it official and say that instead of you closing 5 o'clock, let's run at 24 hours. By 5 o'clock, you are gone. Another officer comes and take over. We do the shift so that the port will be running 24 hours. Is this thing a crime? Meanwhile, listen, you pay duties, charges, shipping line, Gapoa, everything, you can pay it online. But when you have paid it in the night, you don't go and open your container in the night. But when you go to MPS, you can open it whatever time you want, pay the shiftings. So what is wrong with this? For you to say that, it is running already. It is running where? The digital thing is there. We need to get it clear. There's nothing wrong. Why should this even be a case? The digital thing is there. But you see, because the digital has brought more revenue, as in you can pay in the night. Once you have the apps, you can pay. I have these things on my phone. You can pay and all that, which is good. It wasn't it's not about paperless. Paying your duty online is not paperless issue. You get it? Because it's bank thing. You can pay your duty at GCB, what do you call it? Consolidated, EcoBank and all that. Once you have the online thing, you can do it. And now they have linked it up. So you have money on your mobile money, you can push it to the shipping lines and all that. You can do all that. The Gapoa charges, you can pay all that. So the fact that you pay per government, you cannot open the container on Sunday. You can open your container on Sunday evening. Or even on Sunday, they don't go to work. But when you do a 24 thing, Sundays people go to work. Are you getting the picture now? Now, as businessmen, we suffer paying demurrage, rent, on Sundays. I get worried about these things almost every now and then. Listen, when you import something into the country, you put a container or a car or whatever, and then shipping line gives you 7 days. I'm giving you details. I want you to get it well. And I believe listeners are also following the conversation. When shipping line gives you 7 days, right? If you are not able to open your container, you are paying demurrage. The 7 days includes Sunday and Saturday. Of which even officially Saturday
they don't work on Sunday.
The shipping line don't work on Sundays.
Oh, but they should. Oh.
You are now asking that they should. Gapoa don't work on Sundays. The port doesn't work on Sundays. They don't work at night. But NPS does. The private place, they work on Sundays. They open containers at night. So why can't the government do the same? So if the government is saying that if a party or if a political party or whatsoever is saying that when I come to power, I'll also operationalize certain sectors of the economy and make it 24 hours. What is news about this?
The issue that some have raised is that maybe in connection to importation.
Okay, that is one side. I talk about imports at the ports now. Come to DVLA. Come to DVLA.
No, I will let you come to that. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a quick question.
I want to listen.
No, relax.
I'll let you talk. The point is that they say that the private sector is an engine of growth, right? But that engine of growth needs perhaps a car, a vehicle that will make it grow better, and that is the government institutions. But if the government institution decides to close and work 8 hours, how do you expect the private to grow better? That is where the problem is. So if you are increasing it, changing the working hours, making it 24 hours, knowing that as a businessman, if I want to go and do this at this place or that place, I have access to it 24 hours. I'll meet somebody there and you will transact business with me at any point in time. It gives me the comfort and you'll be able to plan and plan better. This is simple.
The question that people have raised is that, yes, you've talked about importation, and whether you like it or not, now our economy has become an import-driven economy. Now there's the service sector. But one sector that a lot of people think, if we focus a lot more attention on, will boost Ghana's economy is the manufacturing industry. So that we are companies who are into the production of goods, which is going to engender economic growth. Some have raised the question. Now, just like you've said, a lot of the things we do, importation, what is the local demand that is going to spare that 24-hour economy for the manufacturing? Even the little one they are producing, Ghanaians are not buying. So what demand are you responding to for which you want to implement 24-hour economy, especially when it comes to the manufacturing sector?
What did Bahama say? He said that companies that wants to do the 24 hours, he's going to give them tax incentives and help them provide security and stuff like that. It's not what he's saying. You see, sometimes we argue unnecessarily. There are things we shouldn't even be arguing about.
This issue is not necessary.
The point is, listen, you have a government that came to recruit first degree holders, give them work, NAPCO, 7 million. Do you know how much you have spent on that? And somebody is telling you that open up the economy, let's do 24 hours, and you are saying that what reflection does it give to? There is a demand. We need to employ people permanent
to do what?
To
in
produce.
The manufacturing sector, what
to produce? Wait. If we have factories that are working 24 hours, and then if they are working 24 hours, they be running the shifts, right?
The issue they are telling you, even the ones that are doing 8 hours, the patronage is nothing to write home about. We are relying more.
Which one?
I mean, you about? Just take even the food we eat.
I'm asking which one.
I'm giving you an example. Rice producers in this country have always been complaining about patronage. Haven't you heard them complain? Right? Talk about issue to do with the people who produce local fabrics, local textile. multinationals. They've always been complaining that they are facing huge competition from external forces, Chinese, etc. So their industry, their industry is dying as a result. So these two examples should tell you that the local manufacturers, even the 8 hour that they are using to work, the things they produce within that 8 hours, they are not getting patronage. The sales is nothing to you. You now want to implement 24. What is the demand?
Do you
what
know,
demand are they
know
going
I produce local shoes, footwears.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And you are aware of it. You've worn some before. And you know how we do it. This patronage thing that you're talking about is not an issue. Listen, if there are more imports, of which we all worry about, let there be a policy guide, right? Reduce importation, increase, local manufacturing. How do we do it? Give them tax incentives. And that's what he's talking about. Create a market. And that is what PPP has been talking about since. That we need to create a market for the local manufacturers. And these people are not doing it. So if we are able to create market for them, right? If we are able to create market for them, their work will boost.
So the reason why some people have a problem with it is they say that this should not be your first priority. Your first priority will be to say, even the cost of borrowing for local companies, okay, the issue to do with building the conducive environment for business to prosper.
That conducive environment includes
the issues to do with road network, the issues to do with electricity, issues to do with water supply, issues to do with cost of borrowing. You've not done all of these things. You're not a 24-hour economy. So that's the issue that some people have.
So you want to say that I'm not here to hold brief for the NDC, but you want to tell me that what they are saying, it means that they won't build roads. They won't do anything about what they call it.
You see, that should come first.
No, wait. When the MPP was coming, now you're talking about free SHS. the roads were not there. But have you not seen them? Building roads all over.
That is why some people.
That is why
some people think certain policies. That is why some people think certain policies did not achieve its full potential, because even the road to build to connect the market to the farm gates were non-existent. So that is why PFJ will not achieve its objective.
Let me tell you something.
So don't you think we should learn lessons from that to say, okay, before doing this, let's put in these measures first.
That is why I'm saying that. Put in these measures first. The best measure to put in is to review our constitution, and that's what the PPP talks about, and that's what is needed. That's why I'm saying I'm not here to hold brief for the NDC, but I was just trying to explain benefits that might come from that thing. But if you want to say, let's do this thing, let's do this
don't
first.
Me that,
that is what they are saying. No, and so it is you that I see. So I want to talk to you about it. You are saying they are saying it. So who should I talk to? So if they are saying that, then the best thing to do, the best for the country, is to review the constitution. That is the best before the roads and everything.
But how would the change of constitution
it's not change,
it's review of constitution, make industrialization much more successful in Ghana?
Very good.
How?
How? Okay. If you review the constitution, number one, by making sure that all MPs, the legislature, do not form part of the executive. We cut down the size of ministers, right? That is first thing. If we change that article and then we do not appoint from parliament.
But you know that cutting down the number of ministers, it's not the work of the constitution. About the
I said reviewing the constitution about not allowing MPs to become part of the executive.
You think that will cut down the numbers of ministers? It will not. You can pick all of the ministers outside the parliament. Listen. If they are 100, you can pick all of them outside.
You are not getting me right. You don't understand what I'm saying. My point is that if we review it and we do not allow MPs to become ministers of state, right, then we will minimize it. Minimize
what?
Minimize the number of ministers we have.
That should be added to the constitution.
No, it's not adding it to it.
But I'm saying that as for that, it is not the work of the Constitution.
So the first thing is to review it and then making sure that the MPs don't come to the executive. That is the first thing.
So that's your
that one.
But,
yes, that's
but I'm
my
saying
point.
that you agree that will not necessarily cut down the number of ministers.
Oh, it wouldn't.
Yes.
But it is part of the thing that we want to do.
So that you delink the legislature from the executive. That's what you achieve by that.
We've saved money. That alone, we've saved money.
How do you save money with that?
Oh, you don't understand it. You know, they get this double thing.
But the difference is very negligible. The difference between an MP minister and an MP, they just do some adjustment and add some little.
It is.
Allowances.
Every person counts, unless maybe perhaps you are rich and you think no money is needed. Oh, this one is a nuisance. It doesn't matter. But it's just like the toll money. One city, it won't affect anything. And at the end of the day, you come back crying. You see, so we talk about reviewing the Constitution, bringing up certain key sectors of the economy on path. Election of MMDCs. These are things that will bring, accountability to the people.
But that will not necessarily bring industrialization.
Listen, I'm telling you, you ask me how, and it won't.
How?
It will.
How will it? If you vote for MMDCs, that will bring industrialization.
If you vote for them, right, they make promises within their municipal how to industrialize it. They themselves. How they're going to help the municipal, how they're going to help the metro work their own employment. So you see, you are bringing government to the people.
We vote for president who promise industrialization. They come and do otherwise. So can't MCs promise industrialization?
The president is too big. The power is too big for one person to be ruling the entire country to industrialize the whole thing. And that is the challenge we are having. So if you bring it down for a municipal head to promise you he is going to industrialize the place, don't you think it is easier doing it down there than to go around the whole country? Are you getting the point? A district, one person with his team says that we're going to industrialize this district. And you want to go to the whole country, one person to promise you that we're going to industrialize Ghana. Which one is easier?
He has representatives
no,
in all the
which one is easier?
But he has
of which your representative that down there is not accountable to the people.
But they
which
are
one is
accountable
easier?
to the president who made the promise.
The president who doesn't come there regularly to check whether the thing he said he's doing it or not. So give it to the one that is closer to you, who stays with you down there, who has promised to industrialize the place, and you can hold him accountable for not doing that. And that is what we're talking about, election of MMDCs. You see, people don't understand it, and that is what we're explaining it. If you do it that way, you bring it closer to you. It makes it easier for the work to be done. Don't tell the president to come and industrialize Kumasi, and then he appoints someone. The president is not able to come down to see whether what he has given the mandate to, the person that he gave the mandate to, is doing it or not.
Yeah.
So if you voted for the mayor here, and the mayor is not doing what he said, you vote him out. You bring the competent person there. And that is what the PPP is talking about. So the industrialization you are seeking, because the person who promised you is close to you, you hold him accountable. When monies are given to him to do a particular work, you hold him accountable. This is not, what do you call it? A difficult thing to do.
So you think voting for MMDCs will bring about industrialization?
It will.
Okay.
It will.
Okay.
It will.
I see.
So that alone doesn't fix the entire problem in the country. The roads you're talking about, the hospitals you're talking about, the schools, the infrastructures, all these things you're talking about follows. And that is why I said, if you say that they needed things to be done and the roads and all that, so the 24-hour economy doesn't come in, then the first thing to be done, the needed, the most wanted, is the Constitution. Because that is the basis. That is where the crimes and the problems and everything emanates from.
Okay. We have about 10 minutes to wrap up. So let's deal with some other matters. What do you also make of the assembly member, the promise to pay assembly members? You think it's good?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. You see, decentralization.
Well, we've not heard him on MMDCs. We've not heard the NDC on MMD, what they will do with that.
It is not their policy. It's not something that they. And that is what the PPP is talking about. Why do you want to pay?
You think if the assembly members are paid but we still appoint MMDCs, it's not going to make any significant.
No, if you are paying the assembly member, right, elect the MMDC
so that
they can hold him. You get it?
So that the assembly members will have some level of independence to hold the MMDs.
As we speak now, I do not want to mention. People know where I stay anyway.
Yeah.
But if I'm to talk about my electoral area and some of the things that are happening, and especially when we are in Kumasi or in Ashanti region, you know Ashanti region is popularly the MPP.
Yeah.
You see the posters they are doing.
They have their party things.
Yes. So we go to the assembly, and then it's like
it's on partisan basis.
Yeah. So you go to the assembly, and if you speak against the MC, it's like, hey, we do free party way on pay SM. But that shouldn't be the case. You get it? You speak against decisions that are going on. Hey, no. But so if for us to change that, it is not the duty. We need to review the constitution to make that MC being elected rather than being appointed.
Elected partisan,
non-partisan.
I think that was the bone of contention the last time. It nearly went
if
through.
If it goes
if
to
not for that,
partisan, the problem will still exist.
At least it will be better.
Well, as for that,
because then you can still, regardless of which party it's coming from, if he promises you this and he's unable to deliver, you hold him accountable.
Yeah, the point is that it will be better, but it's not the best. The best is to do it non-partisan.
Okay.
Just like the assembly member. Though if people choose colors and whatever.
So some say, even the assembly member, you just pinpoint, you just referred us to the problem. That even though constitutionally, officially, it is not supposed to be on partisan basis, but you and I know that they do it on partisan basis, by the way.
That is why I'm saying that. It is so because the election of the MMC or the MCE is, partisan. Right? It is the president that appoints him.
Yeah.
So once you realize that if it is MPP in power, and then the president has appointed MCE, and you, assemblyman, get into election, you want to go and use another party's color or whatever, and the people get to know that you are from here. It means that when you go to the assembly, you have issues because they will put you aside. But then if the MCE is elected and it's not partisan, right? It's not partisan. And the assembly member is also not partisan. Basically, we all have to do our genuine work. There wouldn't be any party colors and the president said this and that. No, we will do exactly what the community needs. Simple. So bringing in the partisan issue makes it difficult. The work, though, it will be a little bit better, but it's not the best way to go.
Okay.
It's not the best way to go. And they need to be paid. These allowances, if they tell you what they get, it's nothing.
Okay. We'll wrap up the conversation by looking at, I don't know if you've seen the story of Katie Hammond saying that there's a bill in Parliament to ban, let me see if I can get that audio for us to listen to. I'm told that we import Yamwade, you know Yamwade. I was
the one for TZ.
Intestines, animal intestines. I'm told that we import up to the tune of $150 million worth of that into the country. So the day where you are buying, so I understand that
in this country, there are some informations when you hear, you ask yourself,
I thought your idea is
no.
Oh,
you see, when we say we import,
it's not like we import the kettle, we import that aspect. Just like we import some fish.
Do you know we import onions?
Oh yeah, as for that.
Tomatoes.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah.
Onions, tomatoes. So this Yamade thing is not new to me. It's not a news to me.
But Yamade.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know this guy? There's this. I don't know whether he's a comedian or he used to have sports with Kakambodu, and I've forgotten the name. Somebody wanted to go and buy something. He said, Kahurusu na neboye din say.
Ship dealer. Ship dealer.
Ship dealer. Then he said that na Kahuru dey pabaso. You see, those Yamade comes with it.
Oh, like I say Kaulo.
You see, it's funny, but it comes from Mali, Niger. Yeah. You know, they do
but some of the willies are nice.
Yes. So, will you agree now? Will you agree now that we import willie?
I didn't know.
No, listen. You see, there are certain things we take it lightly, but that's the case. Do you know Kotoje comes from? No. The Kotoje, the one that the what do you call it? The cow, how do you call it in English? I don't even know.
Yes,
people know it.
Yes, that's the knee of the case.
Yes. They import it from Burkina.
Oh, but the Mayanka one is not enough.
But don't we plant tomatoes here? No, don't we
plant tomatoes here? People say the Ghana tomato is not quality. That's the complaint.
It's not a complaint. We plant tomato by seasonal. That is why I said this government has failed us. It's seasonal. So when the season for Ghana tomatoes
but
is over.
What you are importing there, I wonder the taste.
How?
Because
it comes from Burkina, Kotoje, Yamade, Kauro, Burkina, Mali, and all that. So what is wrong with saying if you ban it? Do you have the cattle? they are planting for food and jobs and running animals for one day.
The towel, you know, there's something we call the towel. You get a towel.
Yes, they don't have it. It's not here. They import them. It tells you that we are failing as a country, but we are not learning.
We can't even feed ourselves.
It is true. I'm asking you that we you know it. We import. As for sugar, it is common. Oil, it is common.
Rice, but I didn't know Yamwadia. I wasn't sure. I thought Yamwadia is local.
So I'm adding Kotoje to it.
You see
and the Kahuro to it. Willie, that what you eat, the Willie is imported. Perhaps once it comes to Parliament.
See, when you look critical, even the wachi that we see is locally made. A lot of the beans I'm told is even imported from Nigeria and these places. You have the rice imported.
You see?
Now the wele you are telling me is imported. Yeah, the wachi that we think is that one is not.
I have been telling you since. And sometimes
I'm sure even the
when some of us from the PPP angle, when we are talking, people don't. We think we cry the kasa. Listen, I said there are 5 major foods, 4, if not 5, in Ghana that every day, whether from the urban to the hinterlands, no matter who you are,
it's a staple.
You take it: sugar, oil. Poultry. Now, so you bring the wele, the yamade and everything into that. Rice, sugar, oil, and that poultry. These 4. But all these 4 importation. Now you have heard of yamade and you people are crying.
Oil there. Whatever is the oil there into me.
Who told you we can't do oil?
No, I'm saying that let's assume that oil is too maybe at least as for wele.
It tells you that you are not running cattle enough. No, listen, you are not running cattle enough to feed your own. The Fulani people at Agogo and all that, the fights and all these things.
I will understand if you are importing the cattle. Okay, that one is. But to import
for
the
years,
special,
we have been importing Kotoje.
The stomach of the team.
No, you don't know that we are importing Kotoje.
Oh no, I didn't know. Seriously, I thought it was. No, I didn't know. I thought we in
Kotoje is being imported every day from Burkina. For more than 20-30 years. From Burkina. Okay, say you were a gentleman. You don't. Me, I go to the market. I go to the market. I buy it myself.
As for
Kotoje is imported. So this relation, I'm telling you. So it tells you that your agriculture thing is failing. You're planting for food, rearing animals for. They bring all these things?
I'm going to get a rearing to save Ghana's situation.
No, Alpha, didn't you hear all that? That they are doing planting for food. They are bringing rearing animals for a job. Where is all that? And what is the results? 7 years. And now you're coming to tell us that you're going to ban.
The minister said they will ban the importation of Yamwade.
Let them ban it. This Kitty Amon, Jesus Christ. This country, MPP, is a complete fiasco.
Oh, complete fiasco, say. What have they?
No. It's not good. The promises, and what we've seen, they don't match. It's a complete mismatch. You've done plenty for food, running animals, all these things, and we're still doing importation every day. Tomatoes, onions. Just a few, I think 2 months or 3 months ago, when this Niger came and all that, that they closed their border. What happened to onions? Now go to the market and see the prices of onion. When the Niger onions are not coming, see how we struggle here.
Is it Ghana? No. Okay,
so this morning, if you are eating, let go and say they abandon Yamwade and Kotoje, and we will see.
So this morning, if you are eating your deal when the Yamwade, maybe it's imported.
It is, including the Kotoje.
Okay, let's leave it here. Thank you very much for coming. On this Yamwade note, we will end the show. It was produced by David Boache FIFA. The way he likes the wood. So the Yamwade, it may have stayed in the refrigerator for like 3 months or 1 year. Thank you very much for coming. The show was produced by David. You heard from Abina. No, you didn't hear from Abina. Okay, you heard from Abina on the Ashanti in Focus and Rahim Awafo. For now, that's our show. Have a very good morning. My name has been Alpha Ali. Thank you very much for doing the listening.
ZackNation.net. Hello Monica, can you come over? We could chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver, I go fit by that Uber. Oh my girl, pardon me money.